Next on the news, Texas braces for more rain as the death toll mounts. 27 girls and staff killed at a Christian camp.
I've lost near friends, best friends, my boss, my godchildren, my house, my car, all those materialistic things, but it's those people that still haven't been found.
What we know about the victims and the young girls still missing.
Pain and sorrow and death does not have the last word. But goodness, truth, love, care, hope never dies.
From the shepherds on the ground,
we pray for them,
to the leader of the Catholic Church, people of faith are sending their spiritual support to those affected by the floods. Plus, the communities rallying to give material assistance to the survivors, how you can help them. I'm Katie Vasquez. Currents News starts right now. More than 80 have been confirmed dead from the flash flooding in Texas. More than a quarter of those victims were young girls from a nearby Christian summer camp. Officials now picking up the pieces as search and rescue efforts continue and new flood threats loom. Currents News' Jenna McDermott has the latest.
Waterways in some of the most devastated parts of central Texas rising again Monday as more rain falls in the area. The elements hampering ongoing search and rescue efforts.
They're running into a lot of technical challenges with terrain, with water.
The Kerr County Sheriff's Office says over 400 local, state, and national first responders and more than a dozen canine units are helping in the emergency response. Here, a dramatic rescue after 2 people clung to a tree to save their lives. Others in the state, including children, were forced to swim to safety.
The flood started getting bigger, and it was going up to, we had bunk beds in our cabins, and it was going up to the top bunk, and we had one choice, and we had to swim out of our cabins.
I said a prayer when I was standing on my porch. Both my parents are deceased, and I said, Mom, Dad, God, help.
The death toll continues to rise. The Hill Country community now questioning if anything could have been done to prevent this tragedy.
Everyone here, if we could have warned them, we would have done so. And we didn't even have a warning.
While survivors come together in their grief.
The outpour of people near, far, it's been incredible.
Jenna McDermott, Currents News.
Leading Catholics around the world in prayers for the people of Texas was Pope Leo XIV.
I would like to express sincere condolences to all the families who have lost loved ones, in particular their daughters who were at summer camp in the disaster caused by the flooding of the Guadalupe River in Texas in the United States. We pray for them.
The Holy Father also asked the faithful to pray for peace and those living in war-torn countries. The Archdiocese of San Antonio and the Diocese of Beaumont, Texas, joined the pontiff in those prayers. The communities coming together over the weekend to mourn the victims and hold on to their faith as they wait to hear the fates of members of their own congregations. At least 10 inches of rain raised the Guadalupe River nearly 30 feet in 45 minutes on Friday, causing the young girls and staff from Camp Mystic to evacuate overnight. The Christian sleepaway camp has confirmed at least 27 girls and counselors died during the weekend floods.
I got to see firsthand many of the body bags, and it breaks my heart. And we didn't know. We know we get rains. We know the river rises, but nobody saw this coming.
Among them, 8-year-old Sarah Marsh from Mountain Brook, Alabama. Her grandmother shared the heartbreaking news in a Facebook post on Saturday, saying, "We will always feel blessed to have had this beautiful, spunky ray of light in our lives." 2 other victims were Eloise Peck and Leela Bonner. The Dallas girls were cabin mates and best friends.
I've lost near friends, best friends, my boss, my godchildren, my house, my car, all those materialistic things, but it's those people that still haven't been found.
Authorities said on Monday 10 girls and 1 counselor are still missing, including 8-year-old Mary Grace Baker, who attends St. Anne Catholic School in Beaumont.
Share this ministry
The Texas Catholic community prayed for those lost over the weekend. Archbishop Gustavo García-Siller of San Antonio spoke about the affected families he visited on July 4th at this liturgy at Notre Dame Church in Kerrville.
The time of dialogue with them and prayer on behalf of many more, being with them, confirm it. We long for consolation from God and from one another.
The San Antonio shepherd guiding his flock in prayer as they pray for the long road ahead.
There are no satisfying answers now, and healing to our wounds is far away. It feels safer going with others than going alone out in the unknown.
3 Catholic high school alumni are also listed as missing because of the flooding over the weekend. You can listen to Archbishop García-Siller's full message to the flood victims online at currentsny.tv. Speaking with journalists following the Mass, Archbishop García-Siller sent a message of hope to those affected by the flooding.
Pain and sorrow and death does not have the last word. But goodness, truth, love, care, hope never dies.
The San Antonio shepherd also said the Catholic community is listening to the cries of those who are suffering.
Tonight, we gather in prayer for all those who have been affected by the flooding in Texas.
Turning to the Blessed Mother for her intercession over the weekend, the Salesian Sisters of St. John Bosco prayed a rosary for the victims. The nuns joining Catholics locally and online via Facebook Live in prayer from the chapel of their provincial house in San Antonio. Catholics in Texas are offering more than just their spiritual support as volunteers sprung into action to fulfill survivors' material needs. Notre Dame Church opened its doors to the displaced for shelter, while the Catholic Charities Mobile Relief Unit used the parish to provide the necessities. Bins full of food, clothes, hygiene articles, and other supplies were donated from churches and organizations in 3 Texas neighborhoods to Notre Dame. The group is now taking time to sort through the materials so they can be distributed to those in need within Kerr County. If you would like to help those affected by the floods, Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of San Antonio created a flood crisis response page. For more information, just go to ccaosa.org. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Katie Vasquez. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. We end this newscast with a prayer for those affected by the flooding in Texas, shared by the Archdiocese of San Antonio. Hope to see you again next time.